Hello, and welcome to 5 to 1, a minute-to-minute podcast review of Zack Snyder's director's cut of the Justice League. I'm Harry Slack, and with me as always is my longtime associate, Ben Smolin. Ben, how are you today?
I'm doing really well, Harry. Blah.
Good to hear. For new listeners, I'll direct you to our episode entitled What's All This Then, if you want to know more about what's going on here. For longtime listeners, I have a fan-submitted segment submitted by Josh Margolin. Margolin, and it goes like this. Here's its intro music. Why? Why in God's? Why in God's name? Why in God's name would? Why in God's name would Ben? Why in God's name would Ben say? Why in God's name would Ben say eels? This segment's called Why in God's name would Ben say eels? This is part of the show where I ask Ben, why in God's name would you say eels?
I guess if I were at like a Japanese restaurant and I wanted to get some unagi, I'd be like, please bring me the eels.
And there you go. That's all the time we have for Why in God's Name Would Ben Say Eels? No outro music. With that out of the way, Ben and I have just watched minute 76. 76 Trombones led the big parade of the Mr. Snyder cut of Justice League, which is not the film's true title, but rather the lighthearted moniker we used to save some time here and there. Well, now we have 2.5 minutes to respond to the movie in whatever way we deem most appropriate, given the minute we have just seen. We'll stick to that 2.5 minute mark pretty strictly, so excuse us if we interrupt each other. Ben, I'm going to go ahead and get started.
Take it away.
So, here's the deal. Cut to close-up of the Flash. The Flash says, when I win, you gotta buy me all the hamburgers I can eat from Pop's Soda Shop. A mysterious voice from off-screen says, when I win, you gotta buy me all the chili dogs I can eat. We camera swoop to see that the Flash is on an outdoor running track and is about to face off in a foot race against Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic. Thank you, that, and you have to help me free all my animal friends from Dr. Robotnik. Flash, sure, but I have a question for you. Sonic, what's that? Flash, are you friends with any dogs? Sonic, sure, Ben Mutsky is a dog friend of mine. Flash, does he dig up bones? Sonic, not that I'm aware of, but I also don't know everything about my friends. Why do you ask? Flash, no reason, let's race. They have a foot race and tie.
Is the Flash the bad guy in your story?
The Flash. Well, I guess we're both equally fast, so I'll buy you a chili dog and you buy me a hamburger. And then I'll help you save all the animals from Dr. Robotnik, and then you can help me with this bone mystery I'm working on. Sonic, what's the bone mystery? Flash, someone stole all the study bones from the science lab. I think it might be a dog, but I'm not sure yet. Dogs like bones in my estimation. Sonic, that is known. Flash, but first, let's go to Pop's Soda Shop and make sure Jughead hasn't eaten all the hamburgers.
Such
Sonic,
a fucking moron.
And that Tails hasn't eaten all the chili dogs, although I'm less worried about that because his appetite is less voracious than Jughead's. Cut to Atlantis. William Shatner's What Have You Done plays to set the scene, because the first line of that song is, she was underwater, so that should work out fine. Atlantis is underwater, so there are plenty of fish everywhere. Aquaman is there talking to another fish guy. Aquaman, as Atlantean strongmen, we have to protect the father bone. Other fish guy, yes, my liege, I will defend the father bone with all my fishly strength and all my guiley honor. Aquaman, I have a trident. Other fish guy, and you are royalty. Aquaman. On a different topic, I thought now would be a good time to discuss how hard dating is for us, because when we fart, bubbles come out of our butts, so we can't pretend that we didn't
have to
fart.
cut you off right there.
Bummer. Ben, whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and respond to the minute that we just saw of cinema.
How long does it take you to write those, out of curiosity?
I do sort of first draft takes me about a day and then about a week of editing.
I think what kills me the most about it is that it's better structured than the movie we're actually watching. So the minute 76 ends with the
76ers.
That's what I say. You do the trombones.
Trombones led the big parade.
I thought so. 76 ends with the spider getting the information about the mother box from the Atlantean, and then we cut to a really tastefully decorated city loft apartment.
Yeah,
I'm talking wood floors. I'm talking exposed brick. It's nice.
Yeah, seems like an apartment that you could only purchase if you had multiple generations of wealth.
So
like
here was,
wealth would have to be transferred from generation to
I know what
generation in an
generational
unjust
wealth
structure.
is. Yeah, I know what generational wealth is.
Just for the listeners, I was explaining in case any of them don't know what intergenerational wealth is.
Trust me, all of our listeners know exactly what intergenerational wealth is.
Really? Yeah.
So
I guess that's right.
First note, as we were going through the apartment, I thought it was going to be Cyborg's apartment.
I did too.
Because why would we not see Cyborg at this point? Why do we have to go back to Lois Lane, who has done nothing in this movie, does not need to exist? She is sitting on the floor, and she is still mourning Superman, and she goes through her like box of Superman things, and I believe pulls out Superman's suit and like kind of holds it to her.
Yeah.
And I think it is,
or at least cape. Definitely cape. Probably full suit.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think it is objectively hilarious that she has dead Superman's outfit. Like, just like that. That just feels very, very funny to me. It feels like something that you wouldn't hold. Like, it just like the idea of a suit being held, a superhero suit being held on to and mourned by a loved one is very funny. Anyways, this minute was awful. Nothing happened. I don't know how much time I have left, Harry, but take it away.
Oh, you've got like 7 seconds. It's not enough time to go back, and I already switched away from my script to my ending script, so I'll just go ahead and say that's all the time we have for reviews today. If you enjoyed this podcast, please take the time to subscribe, rate, review, or otherwise support this project. If you're looking for a way to enhance this podcast experience, feel free to email us at alertthequeen at gmail.com.
Or alertthequeen1 at gmail.com.
Yeah, give us your segment ideas. We'll do them no matter how much I don't understand what they are. I will make them happen.
Thanks, Josh. I believe he appeared in an episode of New Girl around a decade ago. So if anybody knows Josh, it's probably from that.
Ooh. I did just rewatch New Girl, and it's great. Goodbye.